and I'll call this meeting of the Wichita County Commissioners to order for our Friday work session. And could I have a motion to entertain for Judge Pro Tem?
Make the motion that we appoint Commissioner Watts.
Second.
Motion's been made and second. Those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and motion carries. We'll move straight into the agenda, and first up, we've got the sheriff with discussing some jail maintenance as well as work orders.
So, I can't open my email, so I know that. I know they finished the roof project. I don't see the roofers there anymore, so
Okay.
we'll know when it gets a good rain. Maybe we'll get a good rain this weekend, and my voice is gone. Can you
They
tell?
finished the repairs?
Yes, they have. If I could open my email, I could double check, but can't get my email open. Anyway, but this,
What all this is.
is that what that is? Okay. The cornerstone deal we had the other day in court, we talked about it is a work order for EPOD. The computer's not talking to the doors to allow the doors to open up. And so that EPOD is shut down until we get Cornerstone to get that fixed. So
Do you anticipate that to be quick, Will, once?
we have to get when we get it back on the agenda and get it here, get them here.
I think it's on Tuesday's agenda.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so hopefully we'll get it real quick. With EPOD down, we do have two other pods that we have closed, so population was 510 this morning.
Good. Well, so maybe this weekend, if we do get a little rain, we can determine if we've got any
Seepage.
ongoing seepage.
I noticed when we left this morning, I called Dryda as I was pulling out of the park driveway. You know where the cornerstone is on the front, oh heck,
Yeah.
the Mason's cornerstone.
Yeah,
It looked like it was leaking water out of the crack around where they set the blocks in, seeping. I don't know. I called Dry to have him come up there and look at it, so maybe we'll have an answer.
What would that be from, Will?
I don't know, but don't we have time capsule behind
We
it?
do.
We do. I don't know where water would come from on that. I have no idea. So I'll follow up on that,
Okay.
figure that out. And that's all I have on work order. I don't have my sheets because I couldn't open my email.
Okay, any questions on Will's report? If not, I'll move to item 2, receive status report on salaries and overtime. That's Wilmer's email. Does anybody have trouble with that? Flip it to you.
So we have 2 openings in the jail, and next week we'll have a third one because one of the jailers is going to move up front to take Chloe's spot because Chloe moved and took Kelsey's spot. So, but we have 7 new ones starting next week, so 3 of those spots will be full. We'll have 4 extras. We had 8 still in jail school this pay period, and 4 that was either OS or OJI or FMLA. So technically, we were 16 short during this pay period.
questions over payroll or overtime? Have y'all had a chance to
No.
look through everything, or are you still looking new?
I'm good.
Mark, are you good? Okay. We'll move on to item 3, review and discuss regular bills, and that was from Matt, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
Got to hand these out, so.
Matt, you know if our large Patriot invoice is being paid next month?
Yes, it is. It was on
It's in
the,
there.
Thanks, sir.
I know somebody reached out to Ben yesterday, wanting to know what the
Oh,
payment
thank you.
was. So, not Mars, one of their subcontractors.
We can see Saturday, one this week, we'll see it.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Well, I'm
heavy
just
of a
determined to
list.
hit you today, aren't I?
Right on your way there.
Bit heavy on what?
It's a bit heavy of a list this week. We've got our first debt payment of the year, and then Jen has a ton of support payments.
Thank you, guys.
thank you,
Have a
Will.
good day.
Welcome.
Fun.
Get some rest.
Trying to get my voice back too. These allergies.
So we're approving, to what Commissioner Watts said, we're approving them for payment on the 10th, and then we'll disperse it on the 17th, because we have that week, yep.
I know we don't have anything to do with final payment from the contractor, but.
Right.
Um, Commissioner Fincannon mentioned this morning of the need to keep an eye on our fuel, and we don't know what to expect, but it's certainly going to,
Diesel took $1 a gallon jump from yesterday to today.
Mm-hmm.
$1 a gallon jump in a day is pretty.
It's about 70 cents for unleaded.
So. Kind of surprised me this morning when I went by the first sign and I thought, well, maybe that's just maybe they just hit the button wrong. Then I got to the next
No,
sign and I
that's-
was like,
that
holy
was me
cow.
yesterday when I noticed it. I thought, wow.
It was $2.99 at QT, and then I saw United sign had $2.49, and I pulled in, and they're pulling out all the pumps. Couldn't get $2.49.
I was over there by the Kemp and Kale, and there's a little Easy Mart or something right there by that shopping center, and diesel was $3.29. I thought, oh, that's the place to go. Pull up and they're out.
how's the card seem to be working so far?
That's what I'm saying.
Cards, credit card,
Good, and then we are working on a plan to get all those P cards distributed and all that, and so that'll all be good.
Matt, we are, now that we have finished this, chip hauling for all of the precincts, we're going to start piecemealing some 1.25 inch, for the new yard that we've added. Won't be a quick project at all, but as we have spare time, we're running to get loads of that. is that a permanent improvement expense, or is that a, like we treated the purchase itself, or does that need to be just dealt with precinct 4?
So it would be a normal purchase unless you designated it for a capital improvement. If you designate it for that, then it could come from those restricted funds.
Okay.
I say we just leave it at 4. What do you think?
I figured you were gonna say precinct 3 since Barry wasn't here to defend himself.
Well, not an issue, it's not an issue as we just, let it phase in. It's just an issue if it was to rain,
Right.
we're in trouble, to some extent, but we're not rushing it. And as we set down piles of material, of course, that makes a base in itself, so that helps.
Did you put your new material on your new yard?
The,
New gravel you hauled in?
no, we just begin to piecemeal that in. We're gonna start up in that little 1 acre piece in front, let us get some equipment staged in there and get it out of our way, and, but, oh, you're talking about the chip? Yes, we have done that.
I mean, that'll cover a pretty good size.
Yeah, it does cover pretty good, and I noticed that really impacts Barry. You know, there's just not a ton of space at our park yard, and that material takes up a lot of his move around space.
As far as, this is dealing with ARPA and dealing with the water
Mm-hmm.
pump station. I don't know, I think I sent y'all a picture.
Yeah.
They're working on that. Evidently, they've had to threaten both involved subcontractors on their bonds here.
They haven't paid out the retainage from the water line. That's still outstanding.
And I think they're still doing some, I think they actually ran a little, their expenditures wasn't quite as high as what they thought they would be, and they have added on some projects, and they're gonna try to wrap up some of those probably before they pay them and then do the retainage, I would
Yeah.
guess would be the
Yeah.
reason for that.
Did anybody approach you, Mick, about going north up your 369 side? Has that church reached out to you? That there's about 2 or 3 properties. You're one of them, though.
But there's, that Boys Ranch reached out to me, and which I already told them, and I talked to Kenny, is it Kenny? Yeah, Danny. Danny or Kenny? Danny. I talked to Danny yesterday, and he said, they were looking into that right now,
Okay.
as far as going north.
Well, I'd asked Devin to give him a template for the right-of-way work so that the church could reach out to those parcels and get what they needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've told them I don't have any issue with it. They can cross mine on that frontage. There's actually already a utility easement, I think 10 foot on that frontage.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it's on every parcel,
Going
because I
up?
used to own all those parcels. I think it's all those parcels all the way to the city limits,
Oh.
or at least over the hill has a
Was
utility.
it just built into that when?
When they put the restrictions on it, they put that utility
Okay.
easement there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Matt, can you look up on mine, the Wilson Contracting
Mm-hmm.
invoice?
Is it still not Lincoln?
Yeah.
Well, that VPN goes live late March, so hopefully that'll
Okay.
fix it. I believe that's the one that Tana had found.
It must be old,
It is old, so we
Okay.
were,
cause the only thing
Yeah.
that's done for me is that pad for my
Yeah.
roll-off.
so this was the one that was approved back in mid-2025. And
Okay.
every year, I take an initial look at the purchase orders that are outstanding,
Yeah.
and then I'll go through and say, okay, didn't receive an invoice for XYZ, and then I'll send it to Tana, and then she'll reach out to the vendors and say, why have you not sent us an invoice? And so
Oh,
that's
just
what
allow
this
me to
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So- Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew we hadn't done anything in a long time with them, so I
Right.
was wondering what that was.
Yeah, and we confirmed with Ricky that the work had been completed, so.
With Leon?
Huh?
With Leon?
Yeah, with Leon, I'm sorry. Yep,
Okay, great, thank you.
yes, sir.
Makes sense.
Anyway, back to that water plant, I wanna bring this up to everybody. They said that the tanks are still not on site. That's worried me a lot, especially since they're having to threaten them with their bonds. They said that the tanks have been purchased, that the contractor has possession of them.
We've not paid for them yet, though.
Mm-mm.
No, but that's making, I mean, if they bought them to site, they could probably bill for them. So that worries me that they're not in possession.
What do they like before they can actually set the tank without it being in their way?
They're already doing the buildings, I mean, the
I
tanks
mean,
in the
the
valve.
pads are there for the tanks?
I don't know
I
how
bet
big a
they
tanks
don't
they
wanna
are.
move them twice, Nick.
The pads are there, but I mean, I don't know how big these tanks are.
Mhm.
Do you know?
They're pretty good size, yeah,
There's one pump building, I guess, and the other pads for the tanks.
yeah.
The tank, I mean, they're there, so, it just kinda, I mean, it's March, you know, they were supposed to have started, what, July, August of last year, so,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
concerning,
The pump station kept getting pushed back.
so.
They lack about $2 million on that project.
And that
We'll-
pump station, I think by itself's $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
so,
Well, maybe with them pulled in there and going, they'll try to get in
and it's
and
a
out.
local contractor building the
Yeah.
building, so. Okay. Worries me. Now, Matt, as far as that goes, is the whole project have to be complete? Is it all considered one project, the line different from the pump station, different from the tie-in, or is it all?
It's all
No,
one
it's all
project.
one project, but we'll be there.
Well, they're saying the pump station doesn't take 3 months to build.
Yeah, Danny had said that it was gonna be done last year. That's why whenever we got to the budget, we were like, oh, we just need a budget for the ambulance and for the premium pay. And so that's all we did. And then we had to make that motion a few weeks back for upping the amount in the budget and recognizing the revenue to account for what was remaining.
Okay.
Did everybody's, fielded their questions they had on the, accounts payable?
Yes.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
If not, we'll move to Mark and Mickey to give us some courthouse renovations and county courthouse annex info. Mark?
Had a couple of meetings yesterday, one, contractor kickoff meeting for JJAP restoration. Had a great turnout, contractors, so it looks like we'll get some good bids. I think there were 5 GCs there, so that's good. I don't remember ever having 5 GCs show up for one of our county projects. So, that, I know it's not tax dollars, but it's still in the county. Had a meeting on the annex project yesterday, the annex HVAC project. We're finalizing the details on that. We're supposed to kick off the HVAC project on the 3rd floor here next week. It looks like that's not going to happen now. Don't know why, but they said they can't get free from another job, so it's the 3rd time I've rescheduled it.
Who is it? Who's doing that?
It's Lidikin is handling, he's the GC on it, so. So, I'm not sure what to do, because I'm tired of rescheduling for him.
Gonna drag it into summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it won't be that big of a deal to, it's not like they're not gonna be without air, but it's mostly the plumbing going down the hallway. I think that's it right now, so. I'll got some information information back on the roof. Probably need to share that in closed session, so.
But you felt good about,
The information that I got, I mean, it's, basically what it shows is that it was installed to specification both by manufacturer and by the HOK's design, so.
did we determine that that was true when they went halfway up the stem wall around the roof line and put that piece in there to hold it? It was never designed to go all the way to the top.
It was never designed that way.
Okay.
That's probably what needs to be in closed session then.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
What about as far as the, movement of the IT? When is that project gonna be done away?
they're finishing up some painting right now, waiting for the floor, so not much.
Who did the floor, Bree?
No, Wagner. I don't remember.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
As far as the Burke Annex, the slab is finally gone, thank goodness. The building was gone good, now the slab's all gone. We're gonna put in a little bit of dirt back in there just to level it out, to leave it for the subcontractors that are coming.
Did you ever check, Mick, who did that? I mean, that's probably modern enough that Morgan could
I don't know.
maybe determine something there. That would've been interesting to me. Jack said that the concrete was blue. I mean, it was really good pour when they put those footers in there, that it was ideal.
We gotta think the concrete plant was right across the street.
So,
I mean, and back
Wow.
then, like I said, a yard of concrete was probably $20 to $30 a yard. There wasn't any,
have you been able to get it small enough size that you can move it?
it's all hauled.
Okay.
I think there was 2 pieces that they moved around back just to get out of the way before they closed up the other night, but yeah, we hauled, I think, over 15 semi-loads of one slab to Iowa Park,
Wow.
which is a lot of
Yeah.
loads. But I will tell you that we ran into, I looked at the plans, I talked to a contractor about the plans that we have on the roof for the building in Burke. I'm not overly happy with them at all, so I took them back to the architect and took them to our architect that's representing us. Our architect didn't really care for them either, he agreed with me, so I'm waiting to hear an answer back from our architect to see what they're gonna do on that design. I don't know that it's smart the way it's designed. So that's it.
Okay. Anything else, guys, before we adjourn? If not, and no further business before this court, I'll call this meeting adjourned. And Mel